Omar, il galère en anglais.
Who is your favorite actor?
Sean Penn.
Champagne.
Sean Penn. Il est comment mon anglais, gros?
Son accent, il est nul.
Mais en même temps, il fait des films à Hollywood.
Je parle bien anglais, hein. C'est bon maintenant, laissez-moi avec ça. J'ai fait 4
vous restez
films
avec nous. Maintenant,
en anglais.
Est-ce qu'il parle assez bien pour être acteur à Hollywood? Aujourd'hui, je vais analyser son anglais. Et restez bien jusqu'à la fin, je vais le noter sur 20. So let's just dive right in. Let's see what's going on with Omar's English. This video is 7 months old. I see Jeff Goldblum, I click.
Our next guest is one of my favorite Jurassic World Dominion co-stars, who's not a dinosaur, that is. You know him as the master thief on Lupin. I think I'm saying that right.
I love that, Lupin! Yeah, I think that's a good way of imitating a French nasal sounds, just get very aggressive.
Omar Sy. You're from Trappes.
I'm for trap, yeah.
Yes.
Trap.
And
I'm
she-
so happy that you're saying trap. You know, can you say it again? Like just for people from traps, like having you saying trap, you don't know what it means. Like,
Really?
can you do it again, please? Just for the just les habitants de Trappes, écoutez ce qui est en train de se passer. Can you say it
Écoutez,
again?
absolument,
Oui.
bien sûr.
Bien sûr. Merci, Jeff. Merci.
Écoutez, Trappes.
Okay, so yeah, I guess my first impression here I can see Omar. He seems quite relaxed, right? He's joking around. He's got that laugh, you know, that bloody laugh. And I guess he probably does know Jeff well, right? I know that Jeff Goldblum is in the Jurassic World franchise. And Omar, he's joking around. I think he's expressing himself quite well. I mean, this is someone who's been living in the US now for since 2012. What's that, like 12 years? But you can also feel that he hasn't really let go of that French side, right? He's just sat there on an American TV show and he straight up says, les habitants de Trappes.
Écoutez ce qui est en train de se passer.
You know, he's just kind of like, whatever, you know? He's very happy to sit down and just go for it in French, even though most of the audience probably has no idea what he's saying.
But you're so great. I just love seeing you. And everybody else does. He's the most popular person in France, along with, I don't know, Johnny Holiday. Do you know Johnny Holiday? Nobody knows Johnny Holiday. You know Johnny Holiday?
Yes, Jeff raises a good point. I know he's such a huge star in France.
On vit Johnny, quoi. C'est pas une passion, c'est carrément une religion.
Yeah, outside of France, he's really not very well known. What a pity.
But you were also just in Paris for the Olympics.
Yes. How can we miss that? It was like some lifetime thing. It's once in your life. So it was in Paris, and we actually our athletes made really good work there. You know, and it was
Okay, he really wanted to say, there's an expression, he's trying to find it.
lifetime thing. It's once in your life.
A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Of course, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to host the Olympics in your hometown. But we got it.
Our athletes made really good work.
Yeah, I think he's trying to say, ils ont fait du bon travail. So we've got here, they made good work. It should be, they did a good job, or they did a great job. Or they did well, right? They did well, they did good. He just had the 2 words, both with 2 options. Unfortunately, he chose the wrong one for both. But he's still on TV, having fun with Jeff Goldblum in English. And on this channel, we talk about, I suppose, a lot of celebrities. And most of them have had some kind of international experience. While I know we cannot all afford to do that, to move to an English-speaking country, it doesn't mean that you can't have an immersive language learning experience. That's why I am really happy to talk to you about today's sponsor, Lingoda. Lingoda is an online language school that I have personally been using since 2020 to improve my Spanish, so I know this platform very well. With Lingoda, you can take live online language lessons taught by qualified native or native level teachers in small groups of up to 5 students. So you really get a lot of chances to speak and receive personalized feedback. If you are really serious about improving your spoken English, or maybe you want speaking English to become a habit, the Lingoda Sprint Challenge is a great place to start. In the Lingoda Sprint Challenge, you'll take 30 classes in 60 days. When you complete the challenge, you can choose to receive either 50% cashback or 30 additional class credits to use on the platform. If you are super motivated, you might want to try the Lingoda Super Sprint Challenge, where you'll take 60 classes in 60 days, and when you complete the challenge, you can choose to receive either, again, 50% cashback or 60 additional class credits to use on the platform. I have personally done both, and they are honestly a fantastic way to fast track your progress in your chosen language. And after receiving the cashback, it brings the price down to as low as €4 per class. Click the link in the description to join the Sprint Challenge, and you'll receive up to 20% off your sign-up fee. And you can use my code GIASPRINT to receive a further €20 off your registration fee. But don't wait too long, because registrations close on the 5th of May. Back to Omar.
You realize how big it is. The Olympics, the symbol of it, and then few weeks before the Olympics, you know, the country was totally divided because of the elections and stuff. And with the sports, it united all the country together. Even the cops was like dancing in the street with people. It was like a new world, you know. So thanks for the Olympics, thanks for sports, you know.
He's communicated his ideas well. No one has any questions, I think, about what he's trying to say. He definitely has his French accents, some specific vowels that he pronounced, especially we heard him say Olympics, the Olympics.
The Olympics.
And a symbol.
The symbol.
This would be I, okay? Olympics, a symbol. And at the end, he wanted to almost show his appreciation for the Olympics, but he said, thanks for the Olympics. Thanks for sport.
Thanks for the Olympics, thanks for sports.
Here, what I believe he meant to say was, thanks to the Olympics, thanks to sport.
Well, perhaps we're still capable of that,
exactly.
You know, with whether it's music or storytelling or sports. I hope we can all live as brothers and sisters and in peace with the animals too.
Is there anybody in this world more unhinged than Jeff Goldblum? If you know somebody more unhinged than Jeff Goldblum, please tell me in the comments. But as it stands, he's one of my favorite people in the world. What a strange guy.
They watched that last basketball game between France and the United States. I'm so sorry. And River was USA. I didn't know that was surprising. But Mamie, my mom's mom, was, you know, come on, France, et cetera. But did you find that?
That was the same. It's the same division in my family, because my kids grew up here, and so they was rooting for the US team, and I considered that as traitors, you know.
Okay, interesting here. Omar, he said, my kids grew up in the States. Using this past tense, it makes it feel like his children are now adults. So they grew up in the past. I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing, like, based off his age. His kids are probably still teenagers, maybe. So maybe he could have said, my kids have grown up in the US. But not a huge deal. He said that he considered that traitors, right? Maybe he could have said he considered it a betrayal. So I consider that a betrayal, or I consider them traitors.
Because it was really hard, but what can you do? It's sports, and I think the French players did good, but what can you do against Steph Curry?
Yeah, he's got a nickname. Yeah, he's fantastic. What's his nickname in French?
I said this. I don't know how to translate that in English, but I said that Steph Curry est une maladie incurable. It's like Steph Curry is an incurable disease.
No stopping him. No stopping.
There is no medicine for that. You just.
Yeah.
Steph Curry. So Omar, he said he didn't know how to translate this in English. Traduire en, we say to, right? We translate something to another language. Has maybe this feeling of movement, right? Like I go to the store, I translate something to French. Like the language is a place that this sentence has to go to. Something I'm gonna bring it up here because I think it's kind of interesting. Look, yes, Omar, he does have a French accent, but it's not crazy strong. To me, what stands out the most is his flow, the rhythm, the way that he speaks. That is really French. What does that mean? Very broadly, we can categorize world languages into two types of rhythms. We have syllable timed and stress timed. So French is syllable timed. That means that every syllable receives the same amount of time. For example, je suis fatigué. Je suis fatigué. Unfortunately, English is the opposite. It is stress timed. And that means that certain syllables are more important in the flow or the rhythm of the language. Here, Omar said,
There is no medicine for that.
there is no medicine for that. This is really a syllable timed rhythm. I would say there's no medicine for that. There's no medicine for that. So even if you do have a bit of trouble, forming the sounds in your mouth, even just getting this rhythm right or getting a little bit better can really improve just how natural you sound when you speak. Just go for the rhythm. If the pronunciation's too hard, aim for the rhythm.
Now, this is you
Yes.
at the Olympics. What is that? Now, that's you, I think, at the judo.
Yes. Yes.
Because you've got a pal, you've got a good friend in
Yes.
judo.
So
They're like the best judo player.
Teddy Riner, the best judoka in the world. He's like 4 gold medals. He's the best. He's a good friend. And this day, he was in Paris, the hometown, and he was about to make history.
Okay, so he was about to make history. This was fantastic. A nice natural expression. We can see, great, he has picked up some natural vocabulary from his time in the US.
Each time the session will start, you have that specific stick that you have to give the 3 hits. And I opened the session for him, and I was talking to the crowd to say history is gonna happen today. I want you to be behind our athletes.
And I think maybe that's a good example of, I suppose Omar, he spent a lot of time in the US, but I can see he still hasn't really internalized maybe a lot of these more specific structures or just kind of the way that English speakers think about certain actions or how they would describe something. What he did with this stick, he described it in a very, very French way. He said you have to give it hits, like donner 3 coups. Again, everybody understood what he wanted to say, but we really would not word it in that way. I would personally say that you tap it 3 times, the stick or the staff.
Hey, do you know this song? Do you know, what's his name? Georges Brassens?
Bien sûr, Georges Brassens.
Georges Brassens. Do you know this song? I'm not sure what it means. What does this mean? Je pense à Fernande, je bande, je bande. Je pense à Félicie, je bande aussi.
Sorry, is that a real song? Explain in the comments, please. I've never heard this song. Do you play this to children? My goodness. All right, so we've seen him in one interview. Let's have a look in the comments. Let's see what people perhaps think of Omar's English. His English is fantastic. No, it's not. Oh, well, there we go. That's why you've got me. How are you supposed to know? We've got this guy, we've got this guy. Is it good? Is it not? I'll tell you at the end. Don't leave. Omar Sy's accent is amazing. Great interview. You like that he has a French accent. I don't. Ah, c'est pas très sympa. Omar's English on the TV show is smoother. Okay, I mean, I don't know what TV show this person's talking about, but of course it is. When he's playing a character, he receives a script, he can practice his lines, he can get feedback on the way that he says certain lines. So I'm not surprised. Oh my God, il parle anglais très très bien. From a native English here. I have to say, I don't know many native English speakers that would say from a native English here. Yeah, don't believe everything you read in the comments. I'm not so sure if this person is really a native English speaker. Yeah, okay, so I guess the comments are a little bit maybe divided as well. What I am interested to see is maybe, so here we watched a really recent interview. I'm gonna try and go back as far as I can and see how much he's improved maybe. Let's do that. So this video is from 2013, 12 years ago. Let's have a look.
Why do you think this film has got so much attention?
I don't know, and this is just a good thing for everybody, for us, for the audience. I think it's about the message of the film. It's about friendship, about love, about hope. I think it's the message. Yeah. I hope it's the message.
Has it opened some doors for you here?
A lot of doors. Yeah. I'm here in Santa Barbara for the first time in my life, so it's opening. It's opened a lot of doors. Yeah.
Okay, what I'm picking up here is that Omar is saying a lot of words, but he's not really having much of a conversation, right? I think for sure, even though he's maybe got a good appearance, he's able to hold a conversation. He's just saying, oh yes, it's very good, it's great for us. It's quite a rehearsed response. There's not a lot there, you know? It's about friendship, it's the message. I heard him say message. Okay, not that important, but yes, a message. The interviewer asks, has it opened doors? He says, oh yes, it's opened many doors. There's not much more going on. I think that, yeah, at this point, we can see a huge difference, right? With the way he interacted with Jeff Goldblum in the last interview and here. Let's see a little bit more.
I'm happy. Yeah.
You know, last year we had Jean Dujardin
Yeah.
you know, and the artists and everything. So, and now you're here this year.
Yeah.
We're getting very French now.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
What is it about French cinema and French?
It's good for us because it's the French movies are better and better, so it's good for us. Good for us. Good for everybody.
Okay, yeah, perfect example here. He's saying a lot of things, but he's not really communicating much. Yeah, it's good. The movies are better and better. It's good for us. It's good for everyone. But what I love here is, like, we all know Omar Sy's laugh. He's just like creating such a good vibe, right? He's just laughing. He's having fun with the interviewer. Maybe that's the best lesson we can take from Omar. If you don't want to improve your English, just work on your laugh. And if your laugh sucks, you should work on your English. It's time for my grade, my final analysis of Omar's English. What I love about Omar is he has that happy vibe. He has it in French. He brings it to English as well. Obviously, he's not able to express himself on the same level in English. But there was never a point in time where I was questioning myself, thinking, what is he trying to tell me? So he communicates clearly and very well. And for many people, that's the ultimate goal, right? So he has definitely achieved that. What could he maybe improve on? After 12 years in the US, he still tends to favor very much these French structures, right? The way of constructing a sentence. And of course, his flow. So, apart from, yes, he has his little French accent, it's fine. It really, for me, what stood out was that flow, that syllable-timed, regular rhythm versus a more natural, stress-timed English rhythm. But I can see, I guess he's not like so caught up in that. He's not letting that hold him back. He just recognizes that that's what makes him unique. And that's something that he can bring to Hollywood that really no one else can. My grade for Omar Sy is a 13 out of 20. And that should just make you all very, very happy to know that a 13 out of 20 is more than enough to go to Hollywood. You can share your opinion of Omar's grade. There's a poll in the description where you'll also find a link to download a PDF which summarizes all of the points that I've discussed today. Don't forget you can sign up for the Lingoda Sprint by clicking the link in the description. If there's anyone else whose English you would like me to analyze, as always, please share your ideas in the comments and I'll see you again soon. Bye!